Hi, you don't know me, but I made a video and you're watching it now, so let's get on with it. The Game Boy Camera is an accessory for the Game Boy that, when it came out, looked out of this world. It looked like some kind of techno-cyclops.
Hey man, I just want to take your picture.
Though the Game Boy Camera is just a plastic eye on a stick and may seem outdated by today's standards, at the time it seemed magical and strange, or like something from space or the future. Probably the creation of a mad scientist or some such.
I just do eyes. Just eyes.
In reality, the Game Boy Camera is a toy from 1998, an add-on for hardware originally released nearly a decade earlier. That isn't to say that it wasn't revolutionary though, nor that madmen weren't involved in its creation. In case you were wondering, that white jacket and those stiff hips are widely believed to belong to one Shigeru Miyamoto, creator of Mario Jumpman, and this dance appears as just one of the many Easter eggs on the Game Boy Camera's cart of nonsense. Once upon a time, the Game Boy Camera was the smallest digital camera in the world, and it was also one of the first that the average consumer could afford. Its tiny size earned the Game Boy Camera a place in the 1999 Guinness Book of World Records. When I was 12, I thought that was pretty cool. But then again, what does it mean to hold a Guinness World Record? I mean, this guy's a Guinness World Record holder. It's all about perspective, really. I have to admit though, when I was 12 I probably would have thought this guy was cool too.
I choose you, Blaziken.
Okay, he's boring now. The photos this camera can snap are a whopping 256 by 224 pixels. Though what you saw on screen was actually only half of this resolution due to the limitations of the Game Boy itself. Those limitations also meant that the camera saw the world not in colour, not even in a broad spectrum of monochromatic tones, but only in 4 shades: black, dark grey, light grey and white. Or if you played on an old fat Game Boy, those shades were dark green, kinda green, greenish green and green. Armed with those stats and the fact that the average snap looks like this, you might assume that there is no good reason to use the Game Boy Camera today. Get one for the mini-games, and the music sequencer maybe, but to use one as a camera, you might assume that only somebody crazy would do that. Well viewer, you know what happens when you assume something? That's right, you make an assu of me, and I'd rather you didn't. I'm no assu.
As with Game Boy Camera, you can turn photography into photography.
You see, the limitations of the Game Boy Camera promote creativity in the photographer, or should that be photographer? It strips everything down, teaching you uncompromisingly about things like light, contrast and composition. You had to come to understand those things quickly in order to get any kind of half-decent image out of this camera. The restrictions will make you better at taking photos with any camera. And by the look of 89.6% of Facebook profile pics out there, we could use that help. Speaking of Facebook, the eye stalk of the Game Boy Camera could swivel around, prefiguring our modern fixation with the selfie well over a decade in advance. It is difficult to give a clear overview of the Game Boy Camera, and that's because I'm not entirely sure what it is. A game, an accessory, curiosity, genius, or just plain stupid. I love this little thing. In Japan, the Game Boy Camera is called the Pocket Camera, which is Japanese for pocket camera. Yeah, that checks out. The Pocket Camera is packed with crazy stuff. Even the menus have all these nerdy references to gaming tropes and the like. Take the shoot menu. It's all laid out like an RPG. There's even the option to run. Run from what? Your random encounter with Mr. I am the man here? Sure, let's run. And when you get tired of crossing the equator, why not become a DJ? Yeah, this game has a sequencer in it. Check out these beats I made with my thumbs. It's both dope and fat, right? Kids! I'm cool because I said it with a Z. GameBoy Camera. Just ask yourself this question. How do you win? For more gaming videos, subscribe. I'll be doing a tutorial about how to take colour photos with the GameBoy Camera soon enough. If you can't wait for new videos, why not check out some old ones? If you've watched them already and you're still not satisfied, hey man, this is the internet, you'll find something. Click away. Go on. Click. Clickety click click.